What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to the Clear Cryptos Education Channel. My name is T. Haas from the Crypto Shop. And of course, I got my man Jay Seals with me. What is going on, brother?
What's good, everybody?
The day-old question, or the century-old question that most people ask since the start of time, since the beginning of 2010 and beyond. The question has been, who created Bitcoin? Dun, 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 dun. So the story we're going to go in today is, I wonder, did Steve Jobs create Bitcoin? It's not a bad assumption. So Justin, take us through the story. We'll react to it and give our thoughts on it. So,
all right. So, as reported earlier by Watcher Guru, every Apple Mac computer with newer Mac OS software has a hidden copy of the Bitcoin white paper. The revelation was brought to light by independent blogger Andy Bio. The development has garnered much interest and buzz among BTC and Apple users. Although BTC fans were ecstatic at the news, the development raises the question of why Mac computers have a copy of the BTC white paper in the first place. There isn't any concrete answer to this perplexing question, and some believe a Bitcoin maximalist working at Apple added the white paper as an Easter egg, which is funny because on Sunday at the time of this recording is actually Easter. However, there is also a possibility, although a wild one, that Apple co-founder Steve Jobs is the real Satoshi Nakamoto. Wouldn't that be something? So let's get into whether this could be true or not. So Jobs and Satoshi are both highly experienced in the technology industry. Although nobody knows who the real Satoshi is, it is safe to say that the person is either Japanese or had a very affectionate relationship with the Japanese culture. Now, Jobs, too, was known to love Japanese culture. Interesting. Jobs visited Kyoto a number of times during his life. He even went to Japan's Soto School of Zen Buddhism. In the 1980s, Jobs visited the Sony factories in Japan and adopted many of their practices. Jobs also took each of his children on trips to Kyoto. So, he's got some relationship with Japan and the Japanese culture. So there's a check in the block there. Furthermore, Craig Wright, one of the early self-proclaimed identities of Satoshi, nobody believes you, said that he had a mentor while creating the first cryptocurrency. The identity of the individual was never revealed, of course, because, he could be making it up, but whatever. And this figure might have been, in fact, Steve Jobs. So, okay, maybe. Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared from online appearances on December 12th, 2010. Steve Jobs, on the other hand, unfortunately died on October 5th, 2011, 10 months after Satoshi's disappearance. It is possible, although far-fetched, that Jobs stopped working on BTC when his illness began to get worse. So, if Satoshi comes back out of hiding, then I guess we'll know it's not Steve Jobs. So, there's a point. So this is all just speculation, and there is no proof that Jobs was in fact the creator of Bitcoin. However, the availability of BTC white paper on Mac computer raises a lot of eyebrows. Also, during the time of Bitcoin's creation, Apple was just moving out with the iPhone, with revolutionizing mobile phones forever. The chances of Jobs working on the iPhone and Bitcoin at the same time are a little far-fetched. Jobs was also not an expert coder, according to another Apple co-founder, Steve Wozniak, whereas the coding of BTC requires expert knowledge of C++. So, yeah, it's an interesting theory. I think a lot of things line up. I think a lot of things also don't line up, and I think we'll never know. But it's always fun to speculate. So, Hobbs, do you think that Mr. Steve Jobs and Mr. Nakamoto are one and the same?
One and the same, huh? Look, I think it's a very, 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 very long reach to ask that. I don't think we'll ever know the true answer. But I have to agree with the article. There are a lot of similarities, and the fact that the Easter egg, right? It reminds me of that movie, Ready Player One, right? When the guy died, he left a bunch of Easter eggs throughout the game that they had to figure out in order to beat the game. Steve Jobs just seems like the type of guy that has that exact same mind frame that would literally do something like this just to stick it to the government, stick it to Apple, stick it to everybody, and leave them with all of these things, and then leave the Easter egg in his own system that he created. I think if this were true, it would fit the narrative perfectly, because Satoshi obviously saw into the future of what would be a huge problem. Money printing, money losing value, the dollar losing value, some of the things that we're dealing with today. And cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, would be a remedy or a potential remedy for that. He made it so there was a limited supply. It would only grow in value. It just makes sense and it relates to some big brain energy. So having somebody like Steve Jobs being behind this and secretly being Satoshi the all along, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, man. It would not surprise me whatsoever. Will we ever know? Probably not.
But there's one little plot hole in your whole little theory that you got. And that one plot hole is the fact that this was created 5 years ago, as far as the generation of Apple that came out. That's when it first came out. Steve Jobs was dead by then. So unless he entrusted some coder to be like, hey, man, at this date for this particular Mac, I'm going to need you to put the BTC white paper in there as a clue, could be a little bit far-fetched. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just trying to throw a little monkey wrench in the way you're thinking. That's all.
Hey, I get it. But it, again, would not surprise me whatsoever. So I don't know. You guys let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Come on back to the Clear Cryptos channel to check me, myself, and Justin out on upcoming videos. That being said, my name is T Hobbs. That man above is Jay Seals. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.